Hello students, in this video I will teach you chapter number 3 from unit 3 in English Reader. The name of the chapter is Maleo Birds. I will read the chapter line by line and explain it to you. Further, in case you have doubts, you can clear it out from me. I'll start with reading the chapter and explaining it. The smallest of the Nicobar Islands was not very far from the biggest one. A boat ferried between the two every evening. So there are two islands that are being talked about in Nicobar. One is the smallest island and the other one is the biggest one. There was a boat that took rounds between the two islands every evening. Javed lived on the big island. His father was a coast guard. So there was a boy, his name was Javed, and he lived in the island which was big. His father was a coast guard. Coast guard means he used to take care of that area. Javed often wanted to visit the smaller island, but his father would not permit him to do so. So Javed was living in the bigger island and he wanted to visit the smaller one, but his father had never given him the permission. Javed wanted to know how the islanders lived. He wanted to know how the people in the small island lived. Fishing was their main occupation. In the smaller island, people used to do fishing. They sent their fish by boat to the biggest island and got what they needed in exchange. So after they had done fishing, all the fishes were sent to the bigger island and they used to give those fishes to the people in the bigger island, and in exchange they used to take things that they needed. Javed pestered his father to let him go there. Finally, the day Javed was 11, his father agreed. Javed was overjoyed. So Javed had asked his father too many times about going to the smaller island, and his father used to get irritated. Finally, when Javed turned 11 years old, his father had given him the permission and he was very happy. The sun had set when the boat reached the island. So it was the evening time and it was almost dark because the sun had set when he had reached the island. A warm breeze blew. The ferryman's son, Tumu, greeted Javed joyfully and took him home. He was almost as old as Javed. So there was warm breeze all around, and the ferryman's son, ferryman, the man who used to row the boat from one island to other, his son, his name was Tumu, and he had actually greeted Javed joyfully because they were of the same age and he had taken him to his house. In the morning, Tumu took Javed around the island. There were a few coconut trees. So the next morning, Tumu had made sure that he will introduce the place to Javed. And when they were roaming, there were few coconut trees. Wild bushes with juicy purple berries and banana trees grew all over. So there were bushes and there were purple berries and banana trees everywhere. On one side, there were mounds of sand and dry leaves and a stretch of jungle. So on one side of the island, there was sand and dry leaves and also jungle. What is inside the jungle? Javed asked. Some wild dogs and mongooses. There used to be many colored wild fowl, but now there are very few, replied Tumu. Javed had asked Tumu that what was inside the jungle, and Tumu told him that there were wild dogs and mongooses. Mongooses are animals. You have to Google them to see the picture if you don't know how they look. And also there were many different colors of wild fowls. Fowls are birds that produce meat and also gives eggs. So now there are very few in the jungle. Have they died? Asked Javed. I don't know. So Javed asked if the birds had died, and Tumu said that he does not know. In the evening, Javed told Tumu, I cannot go to bed at night as early as you. I will go out for an after dinner walk. So Javed tells Tumu that at night after dinner he cannot sleep because he does not sleep that early. So he's going to go out and walk for a while after dinner. My mother wouldn't allow you, argued Tumu. Javed persuaded him. Come along with me. We will go out quietly when everyone is asleep. We won't go too far. So Tumu tells Javed that his mother won't allow, but Javed forced him and told him that they could go out after everybody has slept and they will not go too far, so it's not a problem. After some hesitation, Tumu agreed. So at first Tumu had not agreed, but later on he did. When night fell, Javed and Tumu quietly opened the front door and slipped out. They were armed with sticks. So at night, after everybody had slept, the two of them they went out and they had sticks with them for their safety. It was a warm and clear night. In a little while, the moon rose. So after a while, the moon was high up in the sky. The boys had almost reached the jungle when suddenly they stopped. So the boys had reached the jungle and suddenly they had stopped. Javed crouched and listened intently. Surely it was the sound of footsteps and the rustling of dry leaves. They waited. So while they were almost there in the jungle, Javed had heard somebody's footsteps on the dry leaves. So they waited to see if anybody would come out of that area. Soon they heard more footsteps and rustling. The footsteps were quicker. As Javed and Tumu peered into the darkness, a figure quickly flitted past them. Tumu gripped Javed's hand. So few more footsteps were heard and these footsteps were quite quick. So Javed and Tumu they had looked into the darkness and suddenly they saw that there was a figure that went past them from front of them and they got scared. So Tumu had held Javed's hand. Come, we will follow the figure, he whispered and began to walk noiselessly ahead. In the moonlit night, the figure of a man hurrying along was clearly visible. So Tumu told Javed that they will go and follow the figure. So they began to walk without any noise. So, because there was moonlight everywhere, the man was actually visible, the figure of a man who was there. I know where he is heading, revealed Tumu to the fishing boats. So Tumu told Javed that he knows where the man is going, where the shadow is going. It is going towards the fishing boats. Is there any shortcut we can take? Whispered Javed. So Javed asked Tumu if there is any shortcut that they could take. Yes, Tumu led the way. Tumu said that yes, there is a shortcut and they started walking on it. Both of them ran ahead. Soon they overtook the figure. They went forward and hid behind some bushes. So they started running and the figure was left behind and they were quite quick and they finally went and hid behind some bushes. They held their lathis across the path. The figure stumbled and fell. So they were carrying those bamboo sticks, the lathis which they had kept across the path, and the figure had stumbled and fell. The figure it came in contact with the lathi and it fell. As he struggled to get up, Javed and Tumu hid themselves. The figure looked around, all was silent. So when the figure had fallen down, after that it was trying to get up, and while he was trying to get up, Javed and Tumu, they had hidden themselves. The figure had looked around, but everything was silent. There was nobody around. Lathi in hand, he quickly turned and ran away in another direction. Soon he had disappeared. So the lathi was in his hand and he turned around and ran in another direction, and soon he was nowhere to be seen. Javed was disappointed. Both of them were tired. They decided to come back in the morning to explore. So Javed was disappointed because they could not figure out who the man was, and both of them were tired also. So they decided that they would come back in the morning and explore and look around to know if somebody is there. When Javed woke up, it was broad daylight. Soon afterwards, Javed and Tumu went out and retraced the path they had taken the previous night. So when Javed woke up, it was already morning, and soon afterwards, both the kids, they went out and they had again gone to the same place where they were the previous night. When they reached the mound of sand and leaves, they found it all dug up. So there was a mound of sand and leaves. If you don't understand the meaning of mound, please Google mound of sand and leaves, you'll understand. It was basically a small hill kind of a figure which was made up of sand and leaves, and it was all dug up. You know what is dug? Dug means to dig. Did that figure do this? What for? Questions arose in Javed's mind, but there was no answer. So Javed had questions about if it was the figure who did this and why did he do so. But there was no answer. The children went ahead to where the figure had tripped and fallen. They could find nothing there. So the children went there to the place where the figure had fallen down, but they did not find anything over there. Finally, they went towards the huts where the figure had disappeared. So finally, the kids went towards the hut area where the figure had disappeared. The men of the village had moved out to sea to catch fish. So the men who lived in the village, they were out on the sea to catch the fish. And the fisherwomen were drying fish. Some fish lay packed in baskets to be carried to mainland in the evening boat trip. So there were some fish that were packed in the baskets because they were to be taken to the mainland in the evening boat trip. The children returned home not very happy with their investigation, except for the recovery of the lathi which they found lying on the ground. So the children had come back home and they were not very happy because they could not find out anything about the figure, but they did get their lathi back. It was lying on the ground. Javed was about to throw away the lathi when Tumu cried, "Look, there is a small piece of cloth stuck to the nail at the end of the lathi. That might be the prowlers, some evidence at least." So while Javed was about to throw the lathi, Tumu said that he saw that there was a small piece of cloth. It was stuck to a nail and the nail was put at the end of the lathi. He thought that this might be an evidence. Javed grabbed it and put it in his pocket carefully. "We must tell my father about the prowling figure," said Tumu. Javed had taken the piece of cloth and put it in his pocket. And Tumu said that they must say this thing about the prowling figure. Prowling figure means the figure that is been roaming in that area. They should tell their father about it. Javed was unenthusiastic. He had to leave by the evening boat and go back home. He hated to go with a mystery growing in his mind. So Javed was actually uninterested in it and he felt sad because he had to leave and he had to go back to his island in the evening boat and he had to reach his home. He hated the fact that he would not get to know about the figure and there will be a mystery that will keep on growing in his mind and he will keep on thinking about it. "I will tell my father about it," he said finally. Tumu quickly added, "I'm coming with you in the boat this evening." So Javed told Tumu that he is going to tell his father about it and Tumu told that he is going to accompany him in the evening boat. Late that evening, the boat arrived. Both Javed's and Tumu's fathers were puzzled by the story of the prowler which the children told them. Javed also took out the piece of cloth from his pocket and showed them. So later that evening, Tumu and Javed, they had told their fathers about the prowler. Prowler is a man who roams about at night, who has bad intentions. For example, it can be a thief. Thief has bad intentions of stealing, so it is also called a prowler. So the children had told their parents about it, their fathers about it, and Javed also took out the piece of cloth from his pocket and had shown it to them. "Is there any thieving or smuggling going on?" asked Javed's father. The children looked at Tumu's father eagerly. "Not that I know of," came the reply. He, however, examined the piece of cloth and said excitedly, "That belongs to the head fisherman's turban." So Javed's father had asked if there was any kind of stealing or something going on around. And Tumu's father told that there is nothing going on of which I don't know. And further, when he saw the cloth, he excitedly said that this cloth belongs to the fisherman who is the head of everyone, to his turban. Turban is kind of a hat that a man wears. "Some things have been happening unknown to us," said Javed's father seriously and fell silent. So Javed's father said seriously that something is happening around us and we don't know about it. Then suddenly he remarked, "Let us examine the fish you have brought." And then he further says that they are going to closely look into the matter and they will first look at the fishes that he has bought. Javed and Tumu helped to open the baskets of fish. There were 9 baskets in all, but the last basket did not contain fish. Instead, it contained eggs. So both the boys had helped in opening the basket. They were 9 in number and the last one had contained eggs only. The first 8 baskets had fishes in it and the last one had contained eggs. "Such big eggs," cried Tumu. The eggs were 3 times larger than an ordinary duck's eggs. So the eggs were quite big, a normal egg size, which belongs to a duck. It was 3 times larger than that particular egg. So it was quite huge. Now, how do you answer for this? Asked Javed's father. Do you breed a particularly tough variety of fowl on the island and market their eggs? No, no, we don't. I don't understand, stammered Tumu's father. So Javed's father had asked if there is any work regarding the eggs going on in the market of the island, and Tumu's father said that he does not understand what is happening. Tumu told me there were pretty looking wild fowl on the island earlier, but they are no more to be seen, said Javed. So Javed says that Tumu had told him that there were pretty looking wild fowl. Fowl are animals, they are actually birds. They were there on the island earlier, but they are not here anymore. They're not seen anywhere. Yes, yes, Tumu agreed. Disappearance of wildlife, eggs, the prowler, muttered Javed's father. So Javed's father said that the wildlife had disappeared, which means the fowls, the birds, eggs had come over in the scene, and the prowler also. What was that you said, father? Javed asked. Nothing really right now. I must find out a little more, replied his father. So Javed had asked what his father said, but then his father replied that he has to find out a few things and only then he'll get back with an answer. He let the boatman and Tumu go back to the island after telling them, "Keep this matter to yourselves till I investigate further." He himself walked home silently with Javed. So the boatman and Tumu, both of them went back to their island, and Javed's father had told them to keep this topic to themselves and not tell anybody about it. He will look into the matter, find out more details, and then he will decide what is to be done. Javed's school reopened. He was itching to talk to his father again about the night prowler, but his father told him to concentrate on his studies. So Javed's school had reopened and he wanted to talk about the prowler. Prowler is the man who they had seen, the figure in the dark that they had seen, and he wanted to know more about it, but his father had told him to focus on his studies. After some days, however, he himself called Javed and said, "My boy, your after-dinner walk and the report of the prowler have been of great help in the investigation. It has been found that the eggs are those of a very small group of birds that have the peculiar habit of laying eggs but not hatching them." So after a few days, the father, Javed's father, had called him and told him that the walk and the report of the prowler had been of great help for the investigation. They had found that there were eggs, and the eggs belonged to a small group of birds, and their habit was that they will lay the eggs but they will not help them for hatching it. So it was strange for him. Strange, then how does the chick come out of the egg? So Javed asks, if the mother does not help, so how does the chick come out of the egg? How does it hatch? These birds place the eggs in locations where they are hatched by natural heat. So the father says that these birds, they place the eggs in the locations at places where there is a lot of natural heat, due to which they hatch themselves. The mound of sand and leaves that you saw at the island is where the birds dig a deep hole to put their eggs into hatch and cover them up carefully to form a mound. So the mound of sand and leaves that was there, the birds had kept their eggs in it and they had again covered it so that it would break over there due to the heat. In due course, the heat of the interior makes the eggs hatch and the chicks are strong enough to find their way out. So while they are inside, because of the heat, the eggs hatch themselves, and the chicks, they are strong, they come out themselves. How fascinating, exclaimed Javed. So Javed thought that this is very interesting, and yes, but the night prowler, the head fisherman, is poaching the eggs. Poaching means illegal hunting. So the night prowler is the head fisherman, the head of the fishermen. He has been actually hunting for the eggs. He sends them here in fish baskets to be sold, I suppose. So Javed's father thought that he might send these eggs in the fish basket so that it can be sold over here. His man at this end pays a cheap price for the eggs and sells them at exorbitant rates. The two men share the money. So he further guesses that maybe the head fisherman's partner, he buys the eggs at cheap prices and then he sells them at high rates. And further, the rate that they get, the high rate, they share the money, the two of them. But then these strange birds will eventually disappear, won't they, if the eggs don't hatch, Javed remarked. So Javed says that if the eggs don't hatch, then the birds will go away, they will extinct and there won't be any more birds. They have already started diminishing in number, as Tumu pointed out, added his father. So Javed's father said that as Tumu had already told, they are already decreasing in number, so it won't make a difference. Won't the head fisherman be caught and punished? Asked Javed. So Javed further asks if the fisherman would be punished for doing this. Certainly, thanks to you and Tumu. So Javed's father says that yes, he would be punished, and all thanks to Javed and Tumu. The naturalists will be visiting the island to study the lifestyle of these birds more closely. Naturalists are people who are into this field where they get to know about the lifestyle of birds. So they will come to the island and they will study more about these birds. They will endeavor to protect these megapods or the maleo birds as they are called, and their eggs too. So when the naturalists come, they will protect the birds and their eggs also. Javed was happy for himself, Tumu, as well as for the birds. So Javed was happy for himself, his friend Tumu, and also for the birds, because now they will be protected by the naturalists. Will you let me visit the island again during my holidays? He requested his father. Certainly, Javed, came the reply. So at last, Javed asks his father if he is going to allow him to visit the island again during the holidays, and Javed's father said that yes, he would. Certainly means a positive response. So here the chapter comes to an end. That's it for the chapter and the video. I hope everything has been understood. If in case you haven't, please listen to the audio once again so that you understand, and further also if there are doubts, you can clear it out from me. So that's it for the video and the chapter. Thank you so much for your patience, all of you.